Got our toilet fixed. That's a plus.
That is a plus.
Yep.
Did you get rid of the bucket that's been out the back door?
No, I'm leaving that for you. No, it's crazy because you know that chick that's doing the happy hours and stuff?
Right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC 1, 2, 3.
I mean, I hear fine. Now
Yeah.
I don't. Now I can hear. Now I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing.
You
In my
don't-
headphones. Turn it up.
1, 2, 3. ABC
There
1,
we
2,
go.
3. ABC.
It's the headphone bank.
Gucci.
Boom, boom.
If Kerry can
boom,
hear
boom.
me and he can't, it's on the headphone bank.
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
You can hear. I can hear.
There you go.
I think we're ready. Oh, it's green light. So, we're live. So, Larry, bring us in.
What's up? We ready to go? Larry Reed, the man on weed, and here we go. It is the Friday, May 31st edition of the Grinder, and we're doing a little remote action still here.
That's right.
As Miss Chronic is holding it down in the OKC. What's happening there, Miss Chronic?
Hey, you know, we got a lot of good things going on. We've been staying busy. We're working on our showroom here at the office and just getting everything put together here and trying to make it look presentable for you when you get back in town here at the Grinder. We're still working on something. I got some pictures hung up back here today, Larry. You'll be excited.
Wow.
Sure did. So, yeah, pretty, we've had a good day. It's a nice weather outside. It's been sunny. I heard it's going to probably do a little turn. Hopefully not. So, but yeah, we've been keeping busy. So we have a lot to cover tonight. Got some great updates on some things and some. One of the things I want to talk about first is a lot of what we've been going over is the Uncle Grumpy's Green Retreat. We're about 30 days out now, so up on Eventbrite, for those of you who have not got your patient recommendations yet, you can go up to the Eventbrite and actually sign up to get your patient recommendation. It's going to be on June 28th and 29th. The Uncle Grumpy Green Retreat is at Lost Lakes. Over at 3501 Northeast 10th Street. That's just 2 miles from downtown. It's only $115 for the doctor's fee, and that basically includes your upload. So definitely come on out there. Go up and pre-register, though. If you'll do that, you don't have to stand in long lines. You don't have to, just wait and wait and wait. You can actually get all your stuff online, fill it out electronically right from your smartphone, and then when you show up, you just give us your name, walk through, and you're good to go. So make sure to bring out cash for the doctor's fee of $115, and you're going to need a debit card for the state fee. So go ahead and go up there and get that done at Eventbrite, and then your last day for tickets, free tickets. Get them now. You got to get them today. Tomorrow they will be charging for them. So go up to thegreenretreatok.com, and that's where you'll get your free ticket for Friday. Tomorrow they do start charging. So take advantage of this. And for those of you guys that, oh, look, they added a new little thing on our website right here for the Green Retreat. So now you can click here and hopefully this, let's see if it does it. Take you right to Eventbrite. All sooky. It works. So awesome. Yeah, so now you can just do it all right from here. So that's even better. So, yeah, the Green Retreat have you been out to the Lost Lakes before?
I have not been out to Lost Lakes before, but I drive by it all the time. It's right there off of Northeast 10th. So if you ever gone out to Midwest City,
You've probably seen it right there.
Yeah.
Well, here, I'm going to show y'all this really cool video of it. Hold on, y'all ready? Blast. that's all kinds of fun going on, and that's actually going to be. You could bring your kids out there. This isn't just an adult event. This is a little bit of everything.
Good way to cool off during this heat.
Yeah, for sure. And they've got 3 different lakes. I was actually one thing I did forget to pull up was Lost Lakes. There we go. So that you can actually see their website here. But yeah, it's going to be, they've got tons of bands. There's actually 2 different stages that they're going to have different bands performing out there live. Larry's going to be emceeing on the stage, introducing folks, getting them through and getting them in, getting them out.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Will's Uncle Grumpy will be out there. But yeah, there's 3 lakes, 3 mega slides. There's a cable wake park. They have the largest floating obstacle course in the state, so that's pretty cool.
sound like some wipeout zone action.
Yeah.
Get your cameras out.
Yeah, for sure. So definitely, if you guys have not gotten your free ticket, take advantage of it, because after tonight, it's going to charge. You have to pay for Friday and Saturday. So it's June 28th, 29th, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be just tons of things going on. They have yoga on the lake, 8 a.m. They're going to have nature parks. There's going to be tons of vendor food trucks. Speakers will be there to educate and people to talk to. There's going to be a kid zone with like bounce houses, and then at night they're actually having movies on the lake.
Okay.
So that's going to be cool. You can sit and watch movies on the lake, and then there's primitive camping available, so everybody can bring their tents if you want to. You don't have to. You can leave and come back. But if you do want to camp out, you can. And then for the vendors, we definitely have vendor booths still available. They actually go up as well. So if you haven't got your vendor booth set up, give us a call. We can get that taken care of for you too. So that's for Lost Lake Screen Retreat. But tomorrow, I will be out in Chronic Docks. We're going to be out at the grand opening for Cannabis Island in Del City. So for those of you guys that want to get some really good deals, they've got penny clones. They're giving away free swag, prizes, 1 gram bubble hash.
Okay.
For like $50 or something really awesome. This place is beautiful, you guys. I hadn't really seen anything like it. When you walk in, it's like you're going on vacation.
There you go.
Cannabis Island. So they got some really cool setup going on. So definitely come out and check that out tomorrow. They're going to have food trucks and live bands performing as well. So it'll be a good time. It's just right there on, I think, 29th Street there in Del City. So check them out, Cannabis Island. Let's see what else I can.
It's pretty cool. The folks out there. Did they show the pictures of it? I'm sorry, I was
Yeah, you're
sharing
too
some
busy
stuff
dabbing or
with it.
something.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah,
All right.
there are a few of them.
I think the floor looks like sand, doesn't it, or something
does.
like
No,
that?
it's
Isn't
like
there
water
something
and
crazy like
sand.
that?
When you walk in, man, it's like the look of it is just really cool.
And they got the island Snapple jar there too. That's like,
Like really. Yeah, I ain't see. There it is, water. It's
Oh.
yeah,
it's-
look at that, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
don't go in there medicated. You might walk out.
Yeah.
messed up.
And then
There you go.
inside the display cases, it's like sand and shells and stuff. Like they went all in on this. They really put a lot of detail and little stars. I mean, yeah,
That's what you got to do. You got to stand out in this marketplace.
Yeah, you
It's very
definitely have to
competitive.
stand. Look at that. You got the little tiki hut and stuff like that, and look at the water right there. It's just like you're going on vacation.
Okay.
Got to get in there. So yeah, it's gonna look at that. It's neat. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm glad to be a part of it, helping them out, and it's gonna be a fun time. So you guys come out there tomorrow, and
Cannabis
go up and like their
Island.
page so you can see all their $50 1 gram bubble hash, and they're doing 50% off any item if you're a first time customer, which everybody's first time because it's grand opening tomorrow. So yep. So there you go. So that's good info there. And so one of the things I wanted to talk about on some current events was, I got super excited because 780 passed and they're doing it retroactively. And then I read this little article and I put a little post. I was a little angry. I was happy at the same time, but I did put this up there. But they were, everybody was very excited about the retroactiveness of the 780 passing to help the marijuana people are being charged and doing prison time for simple possession of marijuana. And so what I found out was that's about 1,000 people that are going to be released with the retroactiveness out of everything. So my post was that basically in this article, it says the law which Stitt signed Tuesday could free an estimated 1,000 inmates, but will barely make a dent in the state's prison system, which holds 1,079 in every 100,000 Oklahomans, according to the Prison Policy Initiative. Let's see if I can read.
Okay, wait,
here.
time out. So
what?
How many does that actually equal there? Let's get some math here. What
Get your calculator
they're throwing numbers out. Well, let's introduce our guest there, because what he does kind of fits into here.
Well, not really here. He's a consultant. But
right.
He's very knowledgeable. We were talking about
able to consult with people that perhaps have been in there, that get out, that from what I read, Sam is kind of helping the underdog out.
Yeah, I was telling Carrie earlier about with the shop I helped opened up at Cannabis A. We was proud to be the first shop to open in the state, and on that same day, we had gentlemen next door through our Man 101 nonprofit organization that were doing community service hours, who were on paperwork for selling drugs. So we literally are
giving them
now
a job.
legally selling drugs legally in the state for the first time, while we have gentlemen literally next door cleaning on the streets, picking up trash for their community service hours. So, yeah, 1,000.
It's like a Twilight Zone.
Trying to look up what the current
he was
prison population, which I want to say off the top of my head,
says,
is right around like.
Well, how many people in Oklahoma? 4 million.
89,000?
I think there's 4 million in the state.
Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
There's 4 million people in the state.
Yeah, it's about roughly 4 million.
4 million. So how many 100,000 is that? That's 40. So 40 times 1079. Yeah. Like 40,000. They're going to release what, 1,000?
1,000.
Right.
It will help 1,000 people. I mean, don't get me wrong. They deserve it. They need to get their asses out of there. However, we still have a lot of work to do. So it is a positive step in the right direction. It's definitely, progression. So
there was roughly in 2017 just under 30,000 inmates in the state. So you're talking 1,000 out of 30,000.
And it says it's expected to grow by 14% over the next decade. So anyway, hashtag free Wally. So, and free all the weeders. Hashtag free all the weeders and all the nonviolent folks. They get way too long a punishment. But anyway, I'll get off that for the evening. But yes, I would like to welcome our guest here this evening. And thank you for coming on our show.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we definitely were talking a little bit before, and I want to talk about his business, of course. That's one of the things I think is important, because you bring a lot of skill sets to the city. But we were also chit-chatting a little bit, and you kind of brought it up a little bit. I just wanted to kind of hear, because it's pretty exciting that you guys were one of the first major dispensaries here in the city, at least, that got going first.
Yeah. I was partnered with Elijah Mothershed, who was a founder of Cannabis A. I kind of started with him on developing the business plan, the marketing, did the application process. It's kind of our dreams kind of overlap when he brought it to me. So I've been a lifetime connoisseur, you would say. My firstborn child happened to be born on 4/20, and then she ended up being diagnosed with autism. So then CBD became an aspect in her life. So, and with Elijah, for him, his mission was his older brother is still currently fighting his second battle of stage 4 cancer. So, we went in it with that mission in mind, and got open April last year as a CBD shop. Started hosting classes, teaching others how to get into the business, and we're fortunate to get approved for our dispensary license. We're the first store making sales on October 26th. We were fortunate to be blessed with a Channel Nine's news story that morning that got syndicated into Tulsa as well. So on that day, every county across the state of Oklahoma was there at our doors, and we was able to provide relief to the patients here in Oklahoma, and was able to do that, very successfully for a while until tragedy struck. And so we recently had to close doors of the dispensary. But to me, the mission of providing access and utilizing cannabis as a true resource, not just for medical purposes, but even just for the healing of the community as a whole. No, that mission for me doesn't change.
And I know you told me something that that we should all be proud of too, as an Oklahoma state, is the numbers as far as minorities go. Tell me what those numbers we were talking about.
If you studied the medical marijuana and cannabis market as a whole, prior to Oklahoma opening up, there was roughly about 4,000 dispensaries in the United States, and less than 40 were black owned. So you're talking less than less than 0.5% of ownership, and obviously a market that we've obviously had more than 0.5% ownership in prior to legalization. Um, right now, to my knowledge, I know of at least 25 black-owned, licensed home and made businesses. So we either have increased it by 25, 50% or more, really in less than 1 year since it's passed. And I am thankful for the way that 788 was written. It was because it was so really grassroots written, with a low $2,500 application fee, which is, when you look at the marketplace as a whole, is very reasonable. I grew up half my life here in Oklahoma, half my life in the D.C. area, and in the state of Maryland. If you want to get a license to do medical marijuana, you have to show $1 million cash net worth
Oh wow.
just to get the application. So you got to have show access of $1 million in capital just to get the application. So in Oklahoma, it's $2,500. Uh, no felony conviction in the last 2 years. No violent felony conviction in 5 years. If you're doing a dispensary, you can't be within 1,000 feet of a school. You got your money. You got your state ID. You're in the game.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a double-edged sword, because we have this such dramatic growth. We've got 2,500 dispensaries licensed
Yeah.
now, 3,000 growers, close over 1,000 processors. So it's a great time to get in, but if we're just looking at the raw numbers, there's too many.
Yeah, there's
There's
a
too
lot.
many.
There's definitely a lot of
So it's like I was saying earlier about that cannabis island. Having some uniqueness to your brand and your imaging and the quality of your product is what's going to help differentiate you in this marketplace and give you your staying power.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So,
That's one of the best things about this entire marketplace is it's true entrepreneurship here. It's who's going to create the best model, who's going to create the most efficient business model to take it to marketplace, to be able to get their share of the market and make some money. I think in some of those other states, there's a lot of companies like these Canopy Growth and all that. Like they're all like, yeah, we need in there, because they have an artificial monopoly of what's actually happening out there. Hey, what's
Right.
up? So they got the monopoly, and they got no competition out there, and so they can do whatever they want, and the patients just have to take it and suck it up and go that way. And even when it goes adult use here, as long as they keep it the same, this will be the best marketplace for the everyday average Joe. To If you want to get into the business, you've got the ability to get into the business, the ability to make some money. You're probably not going to be like a Bill Gates or something like that, but you'll be able to have a nice family life and
Exactly.
enjoy
Be comfortable.
a Disneyland vacation or whatever. It's
Save
going
for
to turn into a
retirement.
widget.
Pay for your
Right,
kids'
exactly.
tuition.
It's going to be right. It'll be something that's nice, and then it'll just be efficiencies in the marketplace. That's one of the things about Oklahoma is like, look at the strip malls. Like everybody's got a strip mall. Everybody's got a strip mall. Everybody's got a t-shirt company. Everybody's got a corn dog stand. Everybody's got it's super entrepreneurial in the state. And so it's just another venture, whether everybody we've talked to pretty much there, Miss Chronic, they've had, well, I got a tanning booth and I was a chef and I was,
Yeah.
all these other business, and I got into this. And uh, so I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome the way they wrote it. I thought 788 is like, I don't know if they realized what they did. Somebody knew what was happening, but I don't know if the powers to be realized that this,
I
like
don't
it's a
think
get
they
out of jail.
expected it to make the kind of money. I mean, what was the numbers this last month that they said they reported? And
Was it 12 or 13?
no, I think it was in the 20s.
Oh,
20 millions.
I think I was thinking probably a month before last. I haven't seen. The
Oh yeah, I
April
think we were in
numbers.
the 20s. I'd have to go look it up, but it was getting up there. I mean, so definitely for such a poor state as ours, man. Uh, Cannabis is definitely helping out.
I mean, you got patients that are literally switching from spending hundreds of dollars a month on opioids to
Yep, getting
spending
all the way
a
off.
couple $100s a month on cannabis. So
Yeah.
with a lot less side effects, without the
Yep.
withdrawals, without all the problems opioid use brings.
So you said your child has autism,
Yes, ma'am.
and so how is the CBD and the treatment on that going? Is that been doing a good job?
It's been a balance of working with her doctors and their meds and with the CBD. I've definitely noticed some basic just daily improvements with her. She's 15 now, so some days is the 15-year-old, and
You're
some
like,
days
is that the autism or is that just her being a jerk?
exactly. That's just being a teenager for a moment, and so I'm still kind of learning. I'm a young father. She's my oldest, so she's learning with me, and I'm learning with her. So it's
So what
beautiful.
does Sam do? We
What do
never covered what Sam did.
what do I do
Like,
exactly? So back right now, I have a company called Blackleaf Consulting, and with it, I just help people who just want to get into the marketplace. When you talk about cannabis or CBD here in Oklahoma, to date, I've helped with over 12 now successful OMMA commercial applications. Um, I do business plans, marketing plans. If you've known me in the last 5 or 6 years, I'm all about supporting and starting, and particularly small black businesses, but just really minority-owned businesses and small businesses in general. So I really geared my services and my skill sets to uh, working with young and inexperienced or experienced entrepreneurs on getting their feet in the door, in particular into this marketplace. So um, I can help you with your corporate structure, getting your LLC, your S corp, or your C corp going. I can help you with designing your marketing plan, your business plan. Again, your OMA application, your
What about
OBDD.
logo design?
I can do marketing, logo, graphics, websites. Really, just a one-stop shop if you talk about business services. But right now, my focus is kind of just working with individuals one-on-one, and kind of just again working them through this green rush that we have going on here in Oklahoma, because it is a great
and so
opportunity.
how would they get a hold of you?
Best ways through my Facebook page, Blackleaf MJ Consulting. Um, you look under Blackleaf Consulting, it should pop right up. Um, you can also give me a call. My phone number is 918-810-0710. Um, but Facebook page is always the best way.
Right, leave you a message and all that kind of stuff. And
Exactly.
so
Drop a
when
line.
so, when somebody comes, so the helping the minority business out to get involved in the green rush is like really freaking awesome. And what if somebody comes to you and they say, I saved up, I got $7,500.
Is it this way?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to get going.
Mhm.
Do you get into business with some of these people, or
It just
how
depends. It
does
just
that
depends.
all
I
work?
offer flat rate services. I only charge $500. I call it the Green Rush. My Green Rush package is $500. I'll take care
Okay.
of setting up your LLC or your corporation. I'll take care of your OMA and your OBNDD. Pretty much you're good to go. Um,
PDQ XYZ right there. That's the
Exactly,
whole.
exactly. I'll also will throw in a basic business plan outline as well, so you'll have some type of structure to help move you forward. But I begin every client, potential client, with just consulting with them, sitting down, just seeing where they're at, familiarity with the OMA process, with the cannabis market as a business, with business in general. Because I got some clients who are this is their first entrepreneurial venture. So you got to
Sure.
teach them the differences between the LLC, the S corp, and the C corp, and why that's important from a tax standpoint, especially if you're talking about a dispensary or a grow or a processor, and how those corporate structures can determine your success in the future or your failure in the future. And so I kind of take it on a one-on-one basis. So I do have that basic package, and I do offer flat rate services, but I can get on hands-on with you and go with you through your day-to-day retail operations. I've ran retail operations for Fortune 500 companies as a district and sales manager. I have over $60 million in sales in my career between Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, Dell. Like I can sell, so I can help you with retail operations. Put in point of sale systems. I can help you install a network into your store if you need to. I mean, what you need. If I don't know how to do it, I can get you in touch with an individual that can do it for you, and walk you again through this process as detailed or as little as possible. You determine your
Right.
need.
Right. That's awesome.
What's been the most unique company or person that's came to you with like the like you're like, man, like a fun, like what in the world, and then and you worked with them on it.
Um, I mean, I used to go back to my story with Elijah because he was my first person on this path, and he was my friend beforehand. And so we was actually I was editing a movie trailer for him because he had an idea for his movie called The Billionaire that he was working on. So he was in my office at home editing this video, and he's like, "Bro, I got a business plan I want to work on with you." I'm like, "All right, just let me know when you're ready. You know me, we'll get going." So a couple of days later, like, "All right, I want to get into CBD, but I know that's stupid. It's not stupid, but I want to use that as a stepping stone to get into medical." I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm with you on that. I can see where you're going with it." So we sat there for a few hours, just kind of roughed out the whole idea. I banged out the business plan in about a week. He presented it to his family. His family moved forward. They got the location, and it hit the ground running with Cannabis Aid. And it was just a beautiful sight to see that vision that get started.
Yeah, it's always cool to watch it kind of just start from an idea and then be a part of something and watch it just blossom. Kind of like the grinder. Started out with the Chronic
Yeah.
Palooza, the Chronic Roll Up, and then now we're in a whole little studio in the back, moving on up to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
That's it. George and Wheezy. We are
Yeah,
set. That's
yeah.
freaking awesome.
Hey, and another thing, you have your location over on, is it Northeast 23rd?
Right next to where Cannabis Aid was, there is a lounge opening up called the Lions Den Lounge. It's going to be a members only, patient friendly cannabis lounge. I'm gonna be close to the mic. My bad. A little bit better. So again, it's right there on Northeast 23rd, right where next door to where Cannabis Aid was. If you are familiar with the east side of Oklahoma City, it's in the old Mid K location. But it's going to be a members only lounge. It's going to be patient friendly. So BYOM, you can bring your own meds and sit back, relax, and enjoy yourselves with other patients. And
So like a
friendly,
hookah?
It is a hookah tobacco lounge.
Oh, okay, okay. And like, is it available for private parties beforehand?
Right now we are actually doing our next to last leg of our major renovation, so it's actually closed right now. But it should be back open within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it'll be available for private events then.
But how large is it?
Right now with seating, we're looking at about 250 capacity.
Cool. And you said you had an outside area too, right?
No,
Like
not yet.
Oh no, not yet. Okay.
Not yet. We maybe be able to do an outside area, but right now it's the indoor lounge with this nice stage, DJ booth, bar. So
Okay, so they can get a cocktail if they like.
we're working on that part, getting the
Okay.
actual license, but it's just a bar for like serving and drinks will be coming.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. It sounds like a. I know everybody's been trying to figure out, can we do that? Can we not do that? Is that something we can push the envelope and see as far as having like a members only type? Well, my thing was if everybody's got their license, their medical license,
Exactly, and the law
and they need to,
says,
and you could smoke
tobacco
in your
use.
location. It is what it is,
Yeah,
right?
as long as it's tobacco
Zoned or whatever.
zone facility, it's up to then the property owner to on
Make
their
that
feelings.
decision. Yeah.
So we're patient friendly.
Cool. Well, that's going to be neat. I can't wait to see it. So definitely let us
That
know
is,
as we
that's
get
going
it
to
all
be,
the way rolling, and we'd love to come out. We'll come do a live or something.
Definitely love to have
yeah.
you guys out from there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll come out and do a
Absolutely. And
live
so they got
broadcast.
all the building it out and
We're
making it so
doing
that it's
some
clear in
wood
there. That's one of the nice
grain.
things about it
Yeah, it's gonna be nice wood
is
grain booths and a wood grain stage and a wood grain booth, so it's gonna be beautiful.
That sounds
yeah,
awesome. Cool.
it does. And when is that open? You say another couple weeks, 3
Another
weeks?
couple of weeks is just really on how much time we get in there to do the work. I mean, honestly, we got our contractors, but we're doing a lot of the dirty work ourselves. I've been I've been
Sure.
laughing and telling my friends I'm like Black Trump. I'm building walls and going bankrupt.
Well, I was in here taking out trash. I said CEO and janitor. So, you
Man,
do what
There
you
you
got to
go.
do when you're an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
You make it happen.
Get your hands dirty. If no one else to do it but
That
yourself.
is so. Is the and so what is it? That same piece of advice. I guess that was it. You answered the question before I even asked it. Is what do you tell somebody that comes to you and says, "Hey, I want to get involved. What's the secret? What do I got to do?" What do you tell
The secret is
Hustle.
man, it's not even just hustle, but like perseverance. Because
Mhm.
like there's gonna be days that you're gonna hate everything that you do, that there's no reason that you should continue, that everything in your body and your mind and your spirit is telling you what the
You could say it if you want to.
but it's up to you if you want to determine if you're going to persevere. It's really
Yeah.
perseverance. It's really that's what this game in the long run is really about is how much can you overcome? If you
Yep.
get knocked down, do you get back up?
Mm-hmm.
If you get back up, you continue. You still in the fight.
them?
Absolutely.
That's it.
Well, it sounds
like
like
Tink
Blackwood
Tink.
Consulting. Yeah, like little Tink Tink got back up.
You got to be in touch
He
with your
laughs at me
star
after he got
player.
Tink Tink. Huh?
You got to be in touch with your star player. That's
Yeah.
what it comes down to. Is
Yeah.
you got to keep going. If you got paper clips for legs, you got to keep running. That's what it is.
Just don't
Old
stop.
Tink Tink.
Hey, there
Might
you
be
go.
slower, but you got to keep on going because at the end of the day, you're the one.
Did you
that-
finish it or not?
Yeah. Even if you came in last, who cares? So.
And so, do you see an escalation of the real estate values that are happening out there, like what's
Definitely,
available and
definitely.
stuff? Do you see that going up?
I see a lot of places. I see a couple of things going on. I see the overall marketplace going up, but then I also see people that are just like kind of. We're weed friendly, but we're going to charge you like triple the normal rate.
Oh yeah, don't try to get any real estate for real, because it's like you called last week and it was 600 rent. Oh, but what are you doing? Oh, something with cannabis. Yeah, that's gonna be $2,000.
Yep. And then first month, last month, and another top of the security deposit.
Yeah, we're gonna need to, and it ain't even legal to do that, but we're gonna do it anyway.
You want in, right?
Yeah,
You want to
because
open
you
your
guys
doors,
are
right?
rich. You gotta get here with this cannabis. Y'all got all the money in the world. Yeah.
There's some
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that is going to come up in this marketplace. Is it's not going to be like that. It's going to be, you got to be efficient, and everybody thinks that these places are making so much money, and it's like they'd be lucky after 2 years to finally come out of it. Which I'm sure
This
if they're
is a
realists,
marathon. This is a marathon, and
right?
like you said in the example of someone having 7,500, I'm like, which part of the market are you going to try to get into? Because if you got only 7,500, that barely covers your licensing. So, where else is your rest of your overhead and your funds going to come from? So you got to make sure you're really prepared if you're stepping into this marketplace, because you may not see profit
For
a
quite
year.
a while. Yeah.
a year at the if you're lucky.
Mhm.
So
Right.
Yeah, so it's all about standing out, being different. So your experience, your skill set, and your marketing, that's definitely important. So,
Exactly.
and I think there's a lot of people too that you got half and half. You got people who come from the business world that are getting into the business,
Hmm.
and you got people who are just like, you know,
They love the plant, but
they
not
love the
business.
plant, and they're just like, we've been broke for so long. This is our chance. We got to do it. Let's get it
Exactly,
going. And
exactly.
then they
You
get
got
all their family and friends, and they borrow money, and
you got
they put
business
their whole
people who
life
don't
into
know the
it.
plant.
Yeah.
I've never smoked weed. It's against my Christian values, but I gotta get this money.
Yeah.
What? And then you got people who barely held down a job in 20 years, but I want to start a business and become a multimillionaire. You got to have a little bit of both in you.
Yeah.
You got to have
Yeah.
that common ground because you got to be able
To be able to make it.
yeah, because if you not experienced with the plant, I'm sorry, like one, you have to fully educate yourself on what the plant is, what it does, and then adjust to this business market. That's a lot to learn in a short period of time. And the same thing
Because you
coming
got to
from
hit the ground running for sure.
exactly, and the same thing coming from the other way. If you're coming from you just know the plant, but you want to get in business, but you have no business skills, you're gonna have to learn the whole world of business in a short period of time. So if I get someone like
And
that,
then all the sharks and the clown shoes, like Larry calls them, that are coming up selling you all kinds of stuff, and they're clueless, but they sound good.
exactly,
'Cause you don't know no better.
They know 5 words more than you do, so you pay them.
Yeah.
So so you really gotta when I meet those type of people, I'm like, oh, who's your circle? Because when you got someone like that they may have the vision, they may have the dream and the aspiration, then they may have to lean on their circle. So who's your circle? Who's going to be there with you when you don't know what you're doing?
Right.
So is your wife, your spouse, your significant other, your family, your friend? That's going to help you make that vision a reality because it does take a team for this to work. Because if one person tries to do it all, it's not going to work at all. So
Yeah, like I'd mentioned too, I launched chronic staffing thinking, man, all these companies, there's going to be like a cash cow of an opportunity for me to place people in the market. But the truth is that everybody that has all these companies, they've poured their heart and their 401ks and their savings, and they're hiring, their uncles and brothers and sisters and cousins and best friends. And so it's
I'll
frustrating.
pay you in the shake that you can trim.
Yeah. Don't turn me in for paying you in product. And I think it's getting a little frustrating because there's so many people that reach out to me every day that are looking for work that want to get that break. And, it's not like we're the other markets where, Colorado and California, people have been doing this for years. And so they've got resumes built up and they've got all this experience. In Oklahoma, nobody has experience. And so everybody wants to get that opportunity. They want to get their foot in the door and be given that chance. But nobody really has the openings because they're still hiring their family members. And so it's going to come. It's just going to probably be, I feel, at least another probably 6 to 8 months at least.
Honestly, I tell people Oklahoma's going to be in the whirlwind for the next 18 months because I keep telling people, I've been saying this for almost 6 months now, Oklahoma will have the lowest weed prices in the country. We just got too many growers for too few patients. So we will have the lowest prices of weed in the country. And we'll probably have a lot of bad weed on the market here shortly as well because we got a lot of, like I said, inexperienced growers out here who, bless their hearts, are trying to do things they don't know they're doing in a really an environment that you really have to know what you're doing. Oklahoma market, the Oklahoma natural environment is great for some strains, but for most of your main strains, this is a harsh environment. It gets too hot during the summer. It can stay too dry for too long. We have too much natural wild hemp and weed, so if you're growing outdoors, you got to make sure you're preparing for all the pollen that's going to be blowing your way. So if you don't know what you're doing, you could be stacking yourself up for multiple harvests of losses.
I've been hearing about a lot of those.
I've seen some of those, and it gets ugly out there.
I don't understand how anybody, like, they got to be super farmers here. I know Okies are fucking bad to the bone, but to fight Mother Nature like that, like you got, I mean, what happened?
These floods, even Lord Jesus.
Right. I've seen pictures of greenhouses flooded, like 6-figure operations underwater right now.
No, yeah.
Dude, and a hoop house in F2, like hoop house plus F2 equals like kite That's what that is. It's like there's no holding down a hoop house in the wind that's moving that fast,
Exactly.
and like you said, the temperature variation is it's 40 one day, it's 90 the next. Actually, the next three
Same day.
hours it got yeah,
Same
it
day. What are you
got
talking about?
30
Next day,
degrees
same
different.
day.
Well, it's sunny today, and they said today is going to be one of the last sunny days we have for about 2 or 3 days. So I'm just like, shit.
Yeah. So
Everybody's got their outside plants. They tried to go ahead and get their outside plants, going and stuff. So, but yeah, it. But you know what? It's the fact that we have the opportunity. That's the
beautiful.
beauty of it.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the beauty. It's
Because would you have ever predicted this was going to happen in Oklahoma, of
in
all
Oklahoma,
places?
in the buckle of the Bible
Hell
Belt.
no.
Well, so I'm just
You still have a. It must have been a hard time believing that even in DC, being an East Coaster, what happened on the East Coast? Like, who would have ever thought that in DC of all places? Like,
that was the first place I got to. I guess not legally buy weed, but legally was transferred weed because at the point in time,
bought a T-shirt and got some weed.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly because of our Republican-controlled House, they aren't able to actually put in place a marketplace for weed, so it's decriminalized. So you can legally possess, but you can't legally sell. So you have places where you
So
can
how
get
do you
free
buy
gifts.
if you don't legally sell it?
You buy a $45 T-shirt and you get a free gift of an eighth.
Get out of town. What kind of shit is that?
Exactly. And I enjoyed my spliff underneath the shadow of the Washington Monument and basked in the glory of America.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I hope we got
And
that
then you
on
can't
pad.
give
We
away
recorded
nothing. You're
that
gonna go to
segment
jail.
there.
No, exactly. But you can't give away. But hey, a penny isn't
A
giving
penny?
away.
Yeah, true that.
You know.
Yeah.
I just happen to have a jar of pennies on the counter.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. They're not gonna stop it. That's the thing about it. But everything changing so drastically, and that's one of the things. So you think they'll actually go banking this election round? Do you think they'll make it into the banking system, or
I think so. With my main belief, especially with some of the development, like you're saying, with the big guys, with was that Canadian company Aurora buying acreage,
right,
with
canopy?
that $600 million on the table, and the chairman of the board of Anchorage is a former Speaker of the House, John Boyer. If he doesn't know what the pulse is in Congress, I don't know who wouldn't. So that tells me there's some green light coming somewhere.
Man, we need it. It's tough.
See, that kind of
It's
scares
very
me
tough.
because once you put it into the banking system and they
The big
got a hold of
boys.
your money, then it's like they control your money from that point. I mean, even though they control it to some point, it's kind of uh, like the can of worms that legalizing does open up in the before there was only one law against it, but now there's a ton of laws against it, and now you put it into the banking system, and all of a sudden they've got rules and regulations on your money in the banks.
Hmm.
So it's like,
Well, I
is
think
that
if
really going to be something great until they
Well, I think
get it
once it goes at the federal level from a banking standpoint, that's going to release the burdens on the banks. Because technically, right now, banks can bank your money, and there's several banks around the country that legally bank cannabis money. It just there's a whole lot extra paperwork they have to continually file and with
right?
regulators. That's why most banks don't. So
What I find is funny is the OMMA is accepting credit card processing for the patient applications
and the commercial
and the
applications
commercial applications,
and
and
the
they're
tax
able to bank
and
somewhere.
the tax commission will gladly take your payment through OTAP.
Yeah, and so see, I have ancillary businesses. I actually have the name Chronic in them. However, I have a hell of a time being able to get my own banking, and I don't have a grow with those. Well, I do with some of them, but with like my chronic staffing and some other, just because chronic docs,
Yeah. Yeah, so
they don't want it in. So I'm like, how do they get that done? And I'm not even dealing with the plant. I'm dealing with patients.
well,
And so it gets frustrating because the name, I have my name in it,
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like they accept all the money for all that other stuff, and they have credit card processing and have no problems.
I mean, wasn't it like what 5 or 6 years ago, HSBC Bank got busted for like the biggest money laundering scheme involving the Mexican cartels and only pay like a $20 million fine. Like they gladly take our money.
You just got
Like,
to figure out
Yeah.
which one will, which one will take that risk.
yeah, yeah. So
We saw something. I think that they were saying they were going to stop letting was it Google or somebody? Jennifer showed me something today about
Yeah.
they're changing it where you can't have. They're not going to allow it to happen even up on to purchase stuff on Google and stuff anymore. If it's anything cannabis
Well,
related.
they're gonna take down the weed delivery apps.
Yeah,
hmm.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Well, I don't know. I first thing I thought of was how much did Weed Maps or Leafly pay those people to take down all the other competition? Because it's kind of going. I did an event for uh, another weed map style company that
Sorry.
basically had the same API. It's not really hard these days. Once you,
Right.
you know, Google has the information, and then you just got to figure out, you know, you hire some dude in India for $1.37 an hour, and he writes you code,
Fiverr.
and bam, the
Whoa,
Fiverr.
Fiverr. We've talked to them this
No,
week.
Fiverr. Yes, we only work 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. Yes, hello.
Yes, 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 yes. I have it
Uh,
ready for you.
24-hour turnaround time. Unlimited changes.
Yeah, we'll see.
Shit is horrible. Well, no, not always.
Yeah, so it's real simple to write those things these days. I don't know really what it is. Maybe we'll have to get our crack staff on contacting them and saying why, what's the malfunction in the junction that you're ditching that stuff? Because
Hmm.
it's just information, really, unless they're trying to produce commerce
Follow the
through it.
money.
That's it. That's what I say. Who bought them to ban the rest of them?
Mhm.
So that
Well, the way we were reading it, though, it looked like it was going to affect Leafly and Weed Maps too. Like they were
yeah, I
banning
was
all
just
of it.
joking about that.
No, I think that
You
was
know,
going to affect them too.
yeah. Well, you know, weed maps don't melt steel beams. You know that kind of stuff. It's just
Hmm.
uh, I'm just a conspiracy kind of guy. And when you hear something like that, like why would you why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why it's a public service. It's not like, you know, you can I think Eros or something like that. You can download that app and find a hooker in any town you want. That's like but you
Why
can't
do you
get no
know that,
weed.
Larry?
What?
You travel
One
a
of
lot,
those
buddy.
little tidbits of information, you know. So
Yeah.
uh but yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Uh and who's opening up next? You got anybody that's having a grand opening soon, or uh
um, no one in my circle right now is getting ready to have a grand opening anytime soon.
Give some shout outs to some of the folks that out of those 25 that we were talking about, because that's why I said I know of a few, but give some shout
Um,
outs, that'd be great.
let's see. I know Treehouse Dispensary. I know is another black-owned business. King Sweets. He's a processor. Um, Crown Cannabis up in Tulsa. 420 Sweets in Tulsa. Greenwood Dispensary in Tulsa, and they also have a medical recommendation service there as well. Um, let's see. You got Urban Wellness. They got a location on 23rd Street as well as Edmond. You got Hybrid Cures also over there on Northeast 23rd Street.
how
Uh,
about like
Avenue
the
420.
Asian community? Have
That's
you
where I was
seen people
also
from the
saying too.
Asian
I don't know.
community? Like,
I've
because
had
it's
a
really
couple of ladies that were in some of our classes last year, but I honestly haven't seen one myself. I've known a couple of Indian gentlemen that's got some stores opening up. I know some Hispanic gentlemen got some stores opening up. But I myself haven't met anyone from the Asian community yet that has either a dispensary or a grow or a processor. But I mean, I would not be surprised if there's some people from that
right, because
community joining up.
Oklahoma is the diversity is
Great.
pretty big. I'd imagine. I don't know if they have it on American Indian lands, if there's dispensaries there as of yet. Whether
I think it's up to those
they
individual tribes on how they're going about it. I know there's several tribes that are interested in doing multi 100,000 acre grows, from my understanding.
I heard something about because
Wow.
they're still federal. They're part of the federal something. They weren't able to do it or something. And
There, no, it's it's
I was
it's,
like,
it's
what the,
nah. I
you
mean,
know?
there's a tribe in North Dakota that has like a 400-acre
Mhm.
retreat that you can go to and enjoy yourself. So,
Oh,
um,
Is
get
that retreat or is that real treat?
it. Both.
exactly.
Getting it in.
But I know, like I said, I've heard of at least one or two tribes that are looking at doing some massive grows out here. So, um, yeah, I know that the tribes are definitely looking into it. I mean, it's only right. I mean, if you look at our flag and our state quarter, we got a chief there with a peace pipe. We all know what's in it.
It's been in it for years.
Tobacco wasn't naturally here in Oklahoma. I can tell you that much.
Mhm. Do you
No,
still
I'd
do the
imagine there-
classes and stuff?
We haven't scheduled any classes anytime right now. We are looking at getting those started back up later this year. Probably going to be focused more on some of the grow side because we got a lot of people and I got some consultants that want to teach on the grow. But the business classes are coming back, grow classes, and I'm actually working with some cooks on how to do like some edible classes and teaching classes there at the lounge as well. So
Oh, okay. That'll be great.
definitely, if you stay tuned to the lounge or to my page on the Blackleaf Consulting, you'll be able to see that
Progression on
information
that.
that comes up.
Yeah, we're starting a mixer. Actually, we've got a little mixer. We're calling it Learn and Burn. And it's actually just 2 doors down. There's an event center here, 16th Street Event Center.
Nice.
And we've got one for the patients. It's the second Wednesday of every month, so feel free to come out to that
Okay.
from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that we're going to pick a topic pretty much every month. So this month's topic is basically helping set up a grow tent, getting a grow store to come out and show like the different soils, the pros, the cons, the lights, how to germinate a seed actually, because that's real
Nice.
important, to get the little seedlings going and whatnot. And then the third Wednesday of the month, we're having an industry mixer for OMA business owners, and we've selected to pick several attorneys that are in the cannabis space and accountants, and have them more on a panel. Everybody walk in, write down their questions, hand them to me, and then we'll actually have them be able to ask specific questions since they're actually knowledgeable and have been taking classes on this stuff and following up on it and going to all the seminars and trying to be in compliance for their clients, but to be able to have business owners that have their licenses to come out and actually have a forum. So we're going to do that on the third Wednesday of every month, and each month it'll be a different topic too, but so yeah, that's something
That's
that we're
nice, that's
doing.
nice.
So it's more of a mixer, and then we
A
got a
little
little back
socializing, a little
area
education at
we
the
can
same
burn
time.
if we want to. In the back,
Yeah.
after the fact, we'll have a little cash bar set up too. So it could be a little network mixer, and everybody can kind of get to know each other. People who have common goals and things like
Common
that. So
interests.
yeah. So that's
The
pretty,
flower brings everyone together.
exactly. Where'd Larry go? We lost him.
The plant that unites. That's it. That's
Yeah, so that's something we just kind of, the main thing we're trying to do here at the Grinder is bring on people and unite people with resources that they need in order to be successful and learn, because we are all learning.
Yes, yes.
We're not full of experts.
There's no experts out here, folks. I don't care what they told you, what paperwork they showed you. If they got some type of paperwork right now, it's someone else who said they were smarter than them and started a company and they paid for that paperwork. That's it. So, right now, do your education yourself. Do your own due diligence,
Research.
do your own research, and make several phone calls, make several inquiries, ask several people, and never listen just to one person.
Yeah, that's why I thought the panel was good, because you get in these groups. I'm a member of a bazillion groups, and there's a new group that pops up every day, and then you join it because you're like, man, I might miss something if I don't join it, and then
And it's always the same chatter with the same people.
pretty much, and
With the same drama.
and everybody's kind of got their own theories on things. And I thought, well, not that the attorneys are the end all to be all, but they definitely do have a pulse on it. They know what's going on down, with the legislation and stuff like that. So I'd rather ask them than maybe just someone who's speculating on ideas and thoughts. And I know just accounting as a whole, man, that whips my ass. That's like my my worst.
Oh
My
yeah,
I hate it.
but you
So I
know,
need all the help I can get to ask questions for an accounting person. Especially, it's hard enough in regular business, but then you throw all this extra stuff that we have to do, and
with
then
the red tape
the
and
reporting, and
everything.
then just what can be taxed and what can't be taxed, because that's where a ton of people have, oh no, you can do that, no you
Yeah.
can't, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can write that off, no you can't, well you can only
Mm-hmm.
do that in your grow, you can't do that over here in the dispensary, you can do this.
Exactly.
So and again, it's a lot of speculation and a lot of people who think they know, and until the end of the year when we get, somebody gets slammed on something, that's where we go, ooh, I
Yeah.
guess that wasn't the right thing to do all year long. So
Right.
let's
Right.
get the good information out there and help each other, and really get it
Uh,
done the right way.
the
So
better we can regulate ourselves, the less work the regulators have to do, and the better marketplace we'll create for ourselves, which in the long run is what we really want. So,
mhm.
we hold ourselves to high standards, work together to create those high standards. It gives the people down there at the Capitol who don't really know what we want less reasons to do things we don't want them to do.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. So sounds good. So
Yeah, that's exactly what needs to happen. The Grumpy talking about getting legislators, finding everybody to kick down. There's 5,000 different businesses out there that are established because of the 788, that somehow, some way, it needs to get funded. That there's lobbyists that are fighting for the canna rights, which is the way the game's played. And if you're going to play the game, you got to play the game, or
you got
you're going to sit on
you
the
got to pay
sidelines.
the game. You got to pay the game.
That, it's true. That's
Exactly.
the
But
that's the
we can form
reality
our own
of
lobbyists and be our own
politics.
lobbyists and be actively down there at the Capitol. I was
Yeah.
down there every Wednesday during those summer sessions. It's not hard to do. If
it
you
just
can't,
takes all day.
it does, and
But
it's
you got to get down there. You can't get mad that I can't say I've been down there every day or I wasn't down there every week, but I did go down there several times. But you can't get mad and say you're not getting things done or things aren't the right way if you don't take the initiative to be a part of that change and to voice your opinion and
speak
go
up.
speak to those people. And I was shocked at how my senator and my the secretary of the house and all that, those people are available. It's actually weird, you got just these rooms full of offices and they're all just sitting there. I'm like, what do they do all that? I mean, they just chill in here and wait to go down into that big room with each other. But they do. They just have the doors wide open and you
Yeah.
can walk right in. They're not always there. They definitely are always at lunchtime. Honey, they're not working at their desk. Um, I know I work right through lunch. I look up at 2:30 and I'm like, shit, we haven't ate yet.
Exactly. What is lunch? I eat when my stomach says it's been enough.
Yeah. But yeah, it's important to be involved with that and to have an opinion and a voice, because that's the only way you can make change,
Exactly.
and so I'm looking forward to see like a lot of things that are coming down the pipeline. We'll see what happens, and hopefully we just continue that unity bill. That's the thing that I'm. And then it's like they keep coming up. They pass something, and then here comes a trailer to change it. It's
Mhm.
like, what the hell? We just were on board with that, and we weren't happy about it, but now you're changing it again.
Well, that's what happens when you still have active sessions. So you're gonna have a lot of stuff still moving until these people, leave the house for a while, and then we'll deal with the consequences of their decision. Again, speaking with your legal, double checking your T's, double checking your I's, and move forward. Um, there's bumpy roads ahead, folks. There's going to be bumpy roads ahead, but prepare. The old saying, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance.
Wait, slow down. Say that again.
Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance.
That sounds like a Larryism.
That's it's the 4 P's of life right there.
That's
There you
That's
right.
go. There you go. So, again, do your due
I can't
diligence, do your
remember what they
research.
were, but write that down. Make a note there, Miss Chronic. Take a note.
Playback.
Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. But yeah, just the legislators are going to do what they're going to do. Just prepare. Just prepare. Um, recheck your business plans and make your adjustments as needed. That's all you really can do.
Mhm.
That was one of the things that I saw the other day on the net was somebody was arguing about now there's excuse me, now there's people are on their phones and there's so much information out there now, which is they were complaining about. And I was like, are you kidding? Before there was only three outlets and you had to take one of their opinions to form yours because that was the only information there was. But now there's millions. You have the whole world at your fingers. And if you want to get involved in growing, if you want to get involved in dispensing and processing, sit there on YouTube for some hours, put the work in there. That's the real lesson that you were saying, that perseverance is you got to go out there and keep educating yourself every morning, wake up and have that plan of what is it I'm going to learn about today about this thing that I'm because you say every day it's changing, be it the
Exactly.
capital,
It says it
learn
takes.
yourself.
There's a saying that it takes 10,000 hours before you become a master of anything. So if you ain't put your 10,000 hours in, keep going.
That's it. That's it. And if you're keeping time, then you're doing it wrong. You'll never get the 10,000 hours. You be lost in it. And that's a great thing about you there, Mr. Sam Hill, is you're helping people out that might not have had a lot of the piece that they're missing, and you kind of provide it and help them walk through it. So it's freaking awesome. And where can they
Mhm.
find you again? They can find you at Blackleaf Consulting right there on the
Yeah, find me on
Facebook.
Facebook. That's probably the best way to get me is on Facebook, the Black Leaf Consulting page. If you're trying to do a quick search, you look under Black Leaf Consulting. If you want to find it straight away, it's Black Leaf MJ Consulting, uh, and you'll find me there.
There you go.
Boom.
Well, cool. We'll be
Awesome.
looking forward to our invitation on your big opening.
Yes,
And come over there and
yes.
check out the hookah.
Yes, make sure you bring your medicine with you and we'll all have
Yeah,
fun.
cool. Awesome.
There you go.
Well, very good. Well, thank you for coming on this evening. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
you taking
appreciate
time and swinging
inviting
by.
me out
And
here and welcoming to the little Chronic Labs, I guess you want to call this
yeah,
Chronic
this
Studio.
is the grinder.
The
We're
Grinder
getting it in on the
Studios. There
grinder.
we go.
All right, Larry, what else we got? Anything else on your side? I think you need to show us two items in your house. Let's
You
see
want to
them.
see more
Go.
glass? I got more
Yeah, he has the
glass.
craziest shit. Are you
Okay.
ready? Is that his dirty clothes hamper in the back? I'm just kidding. That's his jacket. I was like, that look like your dirty clothes hamper. Okay. Oh shit. What is it? Oh, sookie. Look at that mouth.
You gotta get stoned just to fuck with that.
What's that one called?
This one, it's a piece by an
What the fuck's
artist.
coming out the
His name,
bottom there? Out the thing that looks like his guts is coming out, like his
it's
kidneys.
oil. It's oil.
Oh,
Actually, it was made in a time when bath salts were popular, and that's bath salt Benny, and it's
oh,
kind of just a
Benny,
play on the
Benny, boo,
the
boo, 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 boo.
the. But it's a Toro piece, and that's actually a guy named Ghost. If you follow him on
Is that
Instagram,
his
you see
teeth?
Ghost
Real teeth?
Glass, and then D Rock did the cans right in there, and this piece is like 2013, maybe 2012, something in
Classic.
there, like there, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we got one more piece you want to see. So that's
At least a
I don't know if
minimum of
Ghost will
two
be
pieces
there.
per night, please. Because I know you got like a million.
There you go.
While he grabs that, quick shout out to Illinois. They went legal today. Got
What?
wait for one last signature from the governor, but it passed the House and passed the Senate
Yeah,
this week, so they went legal today. Shout out to
how
Chi-Town.
about that?
Get some wind, get some Joe in the Windy City.
That's
There
awesome.
you go. That's crazy, huh? Well, it's kind of restrictive what they did. I think they did like 30 grams of flour,
Yeah.
5 grams of concentrates. Uh, I don't think there's any home grows, or if there is, they're kind of restrictive. And so what'll end up happening is they'll create their own black markets,
Yep.
and they'll complain about it, and they'll be like, it didn't fix it. And it's like, well, no, it fixed it, but you had to touch it. You had to get
Correct it.
man involved in natural things, because that was the beauty of the cannabis world before. It was the market set everything. There was nobody saying, this has got to be this price, or there's this much tax on it, or this, that, the other. It was like, well, it's $40. It's like
How much
40,
time did I do in
20,
this, Larry?
whatever. So I guess we got to drink to Illinois.
There you go.
This is
Pabst.
PBR in a black can.
this is actually a bong.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
You made that, Larry. Did you make that?
it's glass. It's all
real
glass. It's real glass, except for this. This isn't glass.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
But yeah, this is some of the stuff we'll see next Saturday night when I'm out there at the Degenerate Flame Off. That if anybody's in the Portland, Oregon area, you need to come on out there. It's the weekend of I think it's the 8th and the 9th there. Not this weekend, but next weekend. 100, at least 100 of the world's best glass blowers out there. It's a great time. Oregon is adult use, and it's really like the marketplace. You can pick up $5 grams. Like it's gone regular. That's what you say there, Sam, about it there being so much in the Oklahoma market. It'll be the cheapest price out there. That's so great for everybody.
Yeah.
Because it's a plant that comes out of the ground. Like how much are tomatoes? How much,
$40 for a tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato better
Like,
put them back.
Are you talking about the little ones and the little bitty ones, or the ones that are sweet?
Beefsteak or the cherry?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So there you go. There's my two pieces for the night. Getting
Show
ready
us
for
your
the
hat.
roll up to
Show us your hat real fast.
There you go. Don't forget to roll coal out there. You can kiss my gas.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Watch
about
it
all I
out
got
now.
here from the east side. We're going to give out you're the second recipient. We're going to start giving away to all of our guests a pair of sweaty balls for coming onto our show.
I think I already came with a pair of those.
Yeah, there you go.
It's Oklahoma.
I thought you may have came with those.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for coming by, Sam. We appreciate
on our
you.
show.
You can, yeah. Well, that's
Hey,
that's
they're natural.
that's the
natural to have sweaty balls.
the departing gift. That's it.
Yeah.
You
For
can share your sweaty balls with your friends. Who can you share your sweaty balls with?
True. Who do you know?
That's all I got, Miss Chronic. You'll have to take the
Okay.
lead out of here because I'm on delay.
You're on delay.
In case I curse. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, and we'll definitely be back tomorrow around 8:00 ish.
Thanks
We
to
do our
CD.
best.
CD
Yeah.
on the ones and twos.
Yeah,
man.
he's over there on the
Crushed
ones
it.
and twos, making sure we got it all
Crushed
right.
it.
So
The side.
he's on
Yeah.
that side.
Over on.
We're gonna have to get the cam going so he can interact, and we'll be like have a few things to say here and there. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you, and check us out tomorrow 8:00. We go we go not every day. We go 5 days a week. We go from Wednesday to Sunday. So thanks for coming out again, and we'll definitely look forward to working with you in the near future. And thanks for being on the show, Larry Reed, the Man on Weed. Thanks for making
Bye,
it.
Miss Chronic.
All right.
Bye, Miss
Y'all
Chronic.
have a good night.
Sam,
See
thank
y'all
you so
later.
much, buddy. Appreciate you.
Something.
We'll see you real soon.
He has a better out than I do.